Yu-Gi-Oh 101 card review. Here to review a card that is being released in Breakers of Shadow October 17th. What we're looking at here is Timesword Magician. It's a dark spellcaster, pendulum effect monster, level 3, pendulum scale 2, attack 1400, defense 0. Description: pendulum effect. Each turn, the first time a pendulum monster you control would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, it is not destroyed. When this card is pendulum summoned from the hand and no other cards are pendulum summoned from the hand at the same time, you can make this card's attack become double its original attack. Once per turn, you can target one other monster on the field, banish both that monster and this card from the field, but return them to your hand, return them in your next standby phase. My bad. So, Time Sword Magician is a very tactical monster. It's a very tactical monster. Um, yeah, it has effects that benefit, itself. It can raise its attacks. It can raise its attack up permanently for as long as it remains face up on the field. That is up to uh, 2800, and that's pretty damn good for a level 3 monster. That's good, so obviously you want to make sure that you're in a position where you can only special summon just this and nothing else, and it won't like affect you in any way. So I would say try to get yourself in a position where you have a good bit of monsters on on your side of the field, and then like in your following turns, maybe try to set this up unless you have no other choice but to normal, yeah, unless you have no other choice but to pendulum summon it anyway by itself. Then I guess still that's a good thing. But but even then, it says that it has to be the only monster that gets uh pendulum summon from your hand. So you can still do summons from the extra deck. You can still do those pendulum summons from the extra deck, and you can still gain this monster's effect. It just has to this has to be the only one that you pendulum summon from your hand. Like that's it. So you can still be able to get more pendulum monsters on the field. So that's to be noted. Just make sure that this is the only one that's being summoned from your hand. You know. Uh, and not only that, but again, you can now. I'm pretty sure that the effect of its attack doubling going to disappear if you know you use its other effect where it banishes itself and another monster on the field. Um, and then they return. I'm pretty sure that attack is going to be gone. I don't know if that stays or goes, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be gone. And as far as this monster's pendulum effect, I know for a fact there's another pendulum monster that has an effect similar to that. I can't remember exactly what the monster was. Let me. Uh, I I don't remember who. Let me go to tips. I don't really go to tips. I don't trust their tips, but they have some good information there. So sometimes they make stupid decisions, but they don't even tell you. Of course, they got Skull Cravat Joker that can search it out, and they also got Pendulum Call and all these other shits. And I forgot to even mention. It's been so long since I did a card review. I didn't even mention what could search the card out. Ain't that a bitch? But that's what happens. I hope they don't get me for that damn Comedy Central Moonbeam City or whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, it's a very tactical card. You have to like it has some good tech. You just got to use it at the right moment. There's monsters in the game that obviously cannot be destroyed, but they can still be targeted by card effects, and this will be a good way to kind of get them off the field. And maybe if you want to use some advanced tactics, try to find a card that can take cards from the banish zone and place them back in the graveyard. You know, and then use that card on the opponent's monster that got banished by this card's effect, and then you'll be able to get your monster back, but your opponent won't be able to get theirs back because it's no longer in the banish zone. At least I think that will work. Um, because there's nothing that's implying that the monster has to remain in the banish zone in order for time sword magician to get back on the field. So I don't think that's a problem. Um, the rulings aren't out yet, but I'm pretty sure that might work. You know, as far as what to pair this up with, I don't really know. I haven't played the game in a while, so I'm not very familiar, or rather, I haven't researched cards like I normally would do. So maybe I'll come across something in other card reviews where I'll be able to answer that question for you. But as of right now, it's a very good card for what it is. It's very helpful, especially for a level 3 monster. You got to give it that. Has a low pendulum scale, so I can see this being probably one of the better cards in this era, or at least for the rest of this year. I don't know what they have, what else they have planned, but as of right now, this seems to be like one of the better cards to use this year. As of right now, in this format at least, until or if they do something to it in the future. I don't know, but as of right now, this is a very good card, very good. It can double its attack as long as it's the only monster that gets pendulum summoned from your hand. Um, so you can still get like your other pendulum monsters from the extra deck. Um, Not only that, but it can banish other monsters on the field along with itself. I think there's a way you can actually use that to your advantage. It says target one other monster on the field, so it doesn't have to be your opponent's monster. So you can really take advantage of that. Because there's some monsters that can actually benefit from being banished and then being brought back to the field. I can't remember which ones, but I'm pretty sure you guys will figure it out. And then on top of that, other pendulum monster, when it's in the pendulum zone, that is, it prevents them from being destroyed for that one time. So that could be helpful. So yeah, man. So link to this card would be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you for the next card review. Peace.